How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the SnoopCast. I am your host, Brucesnoop. Who else is here?
Hey, it's Ian.
What do you do, Ian?
I draw and talk about shit. I have a redhead character on Twitter that everybody apparently loves.
We already got a bunch of questions about peace, so we'll just save them till the
Oh
questions.
god. No, I saw those questions fucking earlier. I'm not happy about them.
We gotta address them at least. We gotta address them. My name is Scribbles Power. I made a bunch of. I don't really do much. I just draw. I make mashups of video game songs and everything, and then I
Video
just
games.
make Smash Brothers mods occasionally.
If you would customize your own epitaph for when you die, what would you put on there?
I don't know. I'd put like something like Shadow the Hedgehog is fucking awful. Don't play it.
No, I'd probably just do that one meme. I had to do it to M.
I had to do it to the guy that's just standing on the sidewalk.
My epitaph would be mine would be okay, the that new meme that's going around of that fucking Billy and Mandy comic where Billy just slaps Mandy's ass.
Buenos dias, man. I also really like those comics featuring Shaq and the McDonald's guy.
I like how fucking creative they got. They just created a full story between these two.
There's this storyline that's on Instagram of there's all these characters. It's just based off of other people like XXX Tentacion, Chief Keef. Well, X is called ZZZ Temptation. Chief Keef is referred to as Chief Beef Salsa.
God damn it.
It's the best.
Snake
It's legitimately good, amazing comics.
created a storyline between these two. Oh my god. Just these two images.
But hey, what's up, everyone? How you been doing? It's been I know that last week was my video on the moral oral. And since then I was at Florida. I literally just scheduled that video the same time that I boarded my flight, 7 a.m. I got lucky.
I've been actually going on to this website that's a torrent website called MySpleen. I don't know if anybody else has been on it or heard of it.
Oh, I've heard of that.
I mean, I've been finding some really cool stuff. I actually found someone uploaded the premiere of The Simpsons in 1989, the original premiere broadcast of it, and I downloaded it recently. Yeah, and a few other episodes of The Simpsons from season 2, their original premiere broadcasts, as well as the premiere of Futurama and the original airing of Scaredy Pants and I Was a Teenage Gary back in 1999.
Dang.
Something that I like to bring up with a lot of shows like Simpsons and SpongeBob is the fact that you gotta realize, in my opinion, that the original broadcasts of those shows are so special now because everybody's so used to seeing them reran, and especially with the earlier episodes back then, when people were recording them, they had no idea that it would become such a big hit, with both shows. So you gotta think of the mindset around then, as well as looking back, all the stuff that was different when they were airing, and it's just I don't know, it's just so special to look back on for me.
Yeah. Did it even have that one deleted scene that everybody's talking about where Squidward transforms?
No, that is
Into
proven
Gary?
that is proven false. It would have been funny if it was true though. I have the original recording for itself, but yeah, it's false, but yeah, it's kind of a fun little rumor thing.
I remember I saw a fan recreation of it, and it was just kind of weirdly animated. It was so fast of just Squidward turning into a snail.
Yeah, I saw that. That was funny.
I'd say I'm doing all right. I just do whatever. I'm mainly active on Twitter all the time. Usually I'll make a post or something. Occasionally, I love commenting on people's stuff too. Just commenting whatever.
For me, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I went to Florida. I went to Orlando. I stayed in Orlando and also stayed in Um, I came from Tampa, went to Florida, spent some time in Orlando, Miami, and then went to Sarasota around that time, around the area. And basically, what I did, I just me and my family, we just did a bunch of stuff. Go to Disney, Universal, and Legoland. It's pretty rad. But it's interesting because like I went to Disney 5 years ago, and then I went to Disney again, and like I'm sorry, just like it feels so empty like now compared to like 5 years ago. Because like let me give you an example of like Hollywood Studios, because like Hollywood Studios like back then, 5 years ago, it was like there was like a lot of variety when they were in the rides. There was like a lot of rides, and nowadays like most of the rides that kind of was like I don't know how to say it, it's like really just like expanded amongst the park. They just kind of closed down, like the Backlot Stage Tour that closed, and it's just a bunch of stuff is just completely gone.
I mean, like, the one thing that, like, kind of pissed me off about a few other theme parks recently is that, I mean, like, this is, like, a little bit of old news, but, like, when it comes to, like, stuff similar to that, like, you know that whole story about, like, that 100-year-old, like, studio or, like, whatever, like, stage house that got, like,
Universal. Yeah, it was at Universal.
that was like in California, where they shot like the 1920s version of Phantom of the Opera, I believe, and they just tore it down for fucking Harry Potter. Like, what the hell?
For Harry Potter, it was there for like 90 something years, and it just got torn down for fucking shitty Harry Potter.
It's like, okay, what would you rather have, like, there? Like, you know, like a historically like really important stage show, and or like, you know, or like, you know, like a franchise that's probably gonna be dated within like fucking 10 years or something like that. What would you really rather have?
Everybody loves Harry Potter. I mean, just look at it now. It's definitely got a cult following.
The Harry Potter gift shop is pretty cool. They've got like shit for like private school uniforms, which is cool. So it's like, yeah, they got like ties in there, which is really cool. Cause like my parents would want to be like, hey, Bruce could use this tie for school, cause you know, private school and whatnot. And they were like $30, and we're like, nope, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Man, when I came back from Florida, like we were playing this podcast, but we kept pushing it back because family, whatever. But in that time, I decided to see both in theaters, Cars 3 and Transformers 5.
Oh my god!
I want to talk about both of them a little bit. Did either any of you saw either of those movies?
I did not yet, but
did I?
Like, I've heard bad things about both, but I don't know what I would consider worse.
I planned on watching Cars 3 like on Tim Cartoon for like the lore.
No, let me tell you. So let me talk to you a bit about each movie. Like, basically Transformers, it follows Optimus Prime from the last movie. He's basically like going into space to go back to his planet because it's a place where he belongs and what some shit. And then like when he gets to the planet, like there's this lore about how like during like the age of like barbarians and Vikings and whatever, there was like Transformers, and they had Transformers that helped the Vikings like defeat in battle, and they used like talismans to like defeat them and shit. And there was like oh, there's 7 in the world now, and we gotta get them. And the owner of Optimus Prime's like planet, she's like, no, you have to get fucking the 7 talismans, and we'll be powerful again. And then she manipulates Optimus. She turns him evil, and basically it's just Marky Mark. He's like this hiding from the government and shit, from like, and they're using Decepticons and whatever, and this is like this little like fucking 14-year-old Hispanic girl that tags along, and he's just like really annoyed with her, and then they like the people who own the Autobots, they just capture Marky Mark, and they also captured this one like English woman. Like, she's literally from England, and like, well, you can definitely, it's not a spoiler because you can definitely tell from a mile away that they're gonna fall in love. And basically, what it is just like you have to collect all these 7 talismans, and you gotta stop the evil Autobots or Decepticons from taking them and destroying our planet or some shit. It's a very strange movie. Like they still have all the faults of like a Transformers movie, like fucking stereotypes and whatever. They've got like big subplots that they never finish off on. Same shit, you know. It's such a strange movie though. Just like honestly, it's just like it's tolerable for a Transformers movie. Like, I think the last one was still fucking horrible, but I think like this one is still like tolerable, but it still has a lot of flaws with it.
I remember back in 2007 when I first saw the first Transformers movie, and like I mean, like, you know, me as a fucking dumbass like little like 9-year-old, I thought like, you know, this isn't like too bad actually. It's actually kind of fun. But like as soon as like the other ones came out and like I saw the second one also, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna cut myself off like right here.
Actually, like, my history of Transformers, actually, whenever I was like 7 or something, my parents, or like my brothers or whatever, like took me to go see the first Transformers, and as a kid I actually like fell asleep. It was like I fell asleep in the theater.
Yeah, so did I. So did I. I also fell asleep during a lot of those movies.
I fell asleep
Like when I was like really young.
I woke up at like the scene where the Xbox came on or something. And then they're like, whoa. They were watching the movie.
And then you woke up again. It's like, whoa, bro, it's an Xbox.
Like, whoa, it's an Xbox.
Wait, I got to ask, do you feel sympathy for Shia LaBeouf?
No.
Partially.
Even as a kid, I never really liked him all that much. Like, I remember when I saw, like, Indiana Jones, like, Crystal Skull and stuff like that, I'm just like, yeah, this guy doesn't fit, like, really anywhere. Please.
You didn't like Even Stevens? You didn't like Even Stevens, the Disney Channel show? I think.
Did you guys watch the Even Stevens movie? Where just like these asshole prank show like idiots, they just like decide to like, hey, let's prank the entire family into thinking that they're on a deserted island, that they're gonna die soon.
Oh god.
Did you ever see that movie?
No.
It's something. I don't know how to explain it. It's just something. It's like, and also at the end, it's like the family plays a joke. Like, no, it's like they try to like fool like the host that like, oh, Steven, I forgot his name. Like he fell off and died, and he was like, no, it wasn't supposed to be like this. No, I feel bad now. He was like, fuck you. It's a prank like Daddy-O-5. Just yell at our kids.
Daddy-O-5,
Dude,
oh no.
The week that the Daddy-O-5 drama happened, it was the funniest thing in the world.
It was like so strange to just see happen.
I laughed when the part where it's like Cody and Mike are like playing Mike the dad. They're just like playing like a board game on the table, and then Cody's just tries to reach into it, and then he just slams his arm into the table. I remember Glenn got really mad at us for talking about the Daddy-O-5 drama, but it was literally just us talking like haha, Daddy-O-5, they're dummies. Like, we just laugh at the videos.
Who do you think would win in a fight? Elliot Rogers or the Danny Phantom guy?
Elliot Roger would just be that pussy that would just like hide in the corner. I think Randy Stair would honestly win. Like, you know, like unlike Elliot Roger, like Randy Stair looked up to the Columbine shooters, so
that's
yeah.
The only thing about it is that Elliot Roger, like, he actually was impressive. He like only had like one handgun, while the other Randy Stair had like an array of like shotguns and stuff with him. Yet.
And yeah, Elliot Rogers didn't even know how to aim. He was just so shit at aiming.
Yet he still somehow took out more people somehow, and it was like even driving off in a car, He managed to go into a police chase.
I saw Monkey's video on Elliot Rodger, the Day of Retribution, and he was basically like talking about like the whole like day, and I was just found it funny. I was just like in the like, you know how Elliot Rodger wanted to like defeat all of those like the girls that rejected him and whatever, deprived him of sex and whatever. Yeah, that was what it was about.
He tried to complete his own love
the
quest.
thing is, like, he, like, at his college, he was like, alright, I'm gonna kill these girls at this house, and he was like, okay, it's gonna be the Alpha Phi sorority house. And then when he came to the door, like, right after he uploaded his manifesto, and emailed it to his teachers, his parents, and all of his friends, and uploaded his final YouTube video, he goes up to the patio, and gently knocks on the door for several minutes. He's an idiot. He just stands there for several minutes just knocking the door and the police could come any minute. He's an idiot.
Oh yeah, and then didn't they like not answer? Then he just like said fuck it, and then just like saw two girls standing out and just took them out.
Yeah. It's sad.
Like,
it's so depressing.
Why didn't he just like break in or something? He's like already.
He's an idiot. He's a pussy.
Dang. I don't know, Chris Chan. Oh
yeah, he does have the ability to pepper spray people.
Yeah, he can pepper spray.
Don't call anybody.
Hey, how about we take some questions, like, from people on Twitter?
For people to know, if you want to ask a question, just on Twitter, use a handle, hashtag #SnoopCast, and you might get your question answered. We got a question coming from Trey Norton. Is King the best Tekken character?
I haven't played Tekken.
No, King is not. I played Tekken 7. King is not the best character. Xiaoyu is. Or however you pronounce that Japanese girl's name. The orange one, the one in the orange.
Hey, we got a new question coming from our good lad Mars Reviews. Is Scribble's power Glenn Walker?
Can we confirm that, Scribs? Are you Glenn Walker?
What? Well, gee, I don't know. I don't know my own
Glenn Walker, you never know.
Is Glenn Walker black? Well, the thing is Glenn Walker black, have an afro, and has glasses?
Yes.
Does he have all the...
Whoa.
Well, damn, I think he is me. Well, damn, I think he is me.
Hey, we got another question coming from Jazz Wizard, best cartoon reviewer. There was a question saying best cartoon reviewer that wasn't Pan Pizza.
I don't like Pan Pizza. I'm sorry, I don't like him. Okay, I like Pie Guy though. I think he's cool. Like, I haven't watched his stuff in a while, but I think he's like a good guy, and I still follow him on Twitter sometimes. You know, like his tweets and whatever else. You know.
There are two types of cartoon reviewers that I do like. I do like some reviewers like Mars Reviews. Who else is there? I like Glenn Walker.
Oh yeah.
I also like some people like Pie Guy and Robo Buddies. But also, like, I feel like out of pure irony, I kind of like Phantom Strider.
His videos are range from like
Phantom Strider. He's so innocent, dude.
Alright, boys.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just like something
Teen
about,
Titans Go!
Voice that kind of like, you know, it's like charming to me at least. But like his
dude, there's a Phantom Strider video where it's just like he just does his usual intro like, howdy, this is Phantom Strider, and he's always just wearing his red shirt, so he decides to do a thing like a gag where he's like switching different shirts, and like this audience goes like, no, I don't want to, and he's like, well, fuck this, I'm gonna do my own thing. So he just like goes into disguise, and like, you know the picture of Phantom Strider with like the black ink on his face.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, yeah, I am Dark Strider now. Dark Strider.
Dark.
I love it for that. It's so good.
You gotta remember.
It's my silly personal opinion.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's my silly
As he always
personal
says.
His videos range from like mediocre to okay, but I don't think like I think a lot of people like in the community that we're in, like with all the cartoons, like they just think that like they really like, you know, make him out to be like a fucking devil or something, or a terrible guy.
Oh, I do that with Mr. Ender, honestly, because at least with Phantom Shredder doesn't do any actual harm compared to Mr. Ender.
Mr. Ender's a retard, but whatever.
Yeah, Mr. Ender's just Mr. Ender's
sure you don't. I'm sure a lot of people don't like Phantom Shredder. That's fine. It's a personal opinion. It's a silly personal opinion. But at least Phantom Shredder doesn't allow people like witch hunting people on Twitter, writers on Twitter, and getting them fired or whatever.
At least the Phantom Strider can keep his cool during a review and not just completely.
No, it's just annoying how Phantom Strider always shoots like the thing where it's like he has the same kind of editing. He's like the amount of fade ins and fade outs. It's just obnoxious. Next question comes from Spaceman Jeff. How did you each learn to develop your art styles?
Well,
I just draw.
I mean, like, you know, like the answer is just really obvious. You just gotta like practice and like test out like different like inspirations and stuff that you have, because like for me, like when I first like joined the art community like last year, like I mean, I'll be honest, like I didn't draw that much, but like I saw like everybody else's like art styles, and I'm just like, hey, like I kind of want to do that. But like after a while I kind of wanted to stray away from like the way my friends' art looked, but at the same time like have like hints from everybody in my art style. Like the people that I took the most inspiration from are Ratchet, Toast Demon, and Kevin, or Mr. Someone, if you want to go by Twitter names. Like after a while I wanted to like do like more like, you know, I wanted to like make my art like look a little bit more different. So like I'd like change up the eyes, I'd change up like the way like the, you know, the line work would look. I would change up like the way the colors would look, and like eventually I'd get like, you know, more into digital art, which is like a huge like beneficial thing for like my art now, because traditional was just kind of like difficult for me, like at least with inking and stuff like that.
I was a really big fan of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And like when I started drawing, like legitimately, like it was just nothing but a ripoff. It was just like, and then like, you know, it was like, you know what, this style is fucking gay, so I just decided to like evolve into something else.
God, I kind of see the influence.
You still have the big noses or whatever, but you know, it's kind of different from that style.
I just do whatever that matches or whatever I think is funny. I switch around occasionally, but I don't really have an art style. I just keep drawing.
Your old main characters reminded me of like the way like an Adventure Time character would look.
Oh, you mean like them back then?
Yes.
Oh, back then when they were in like those shitty suits? Oh god, I still hate the fact that I thought that was like good. I thought them being in like little tiny suits was cool. Like, yeah, these are cool. They look like they're fucking 7.
You thought they were cool? You thought they were cool? I thought that you meant like cute or something.
I didn't go for cute. I thought like, okay, this guy, he really stands out. Like, yeah.
All right, we got another question coming from German Cunt.
Nice name.
What makes your art style special?
I don't have an art style. I'm special.
I don't want to like sound like boastful for my own art style, really. So the only thing I'll say is that like I kind of wanted to like just. I think the thing that makes it stand out, like with my art style, is like the eyes. Like a lot of people comment on like the way the eyes look, and a majority of the people that have said stuff about the way I draw eyes is like, you know, it's like it makes it stand out, looks unique and stuff like that. So I'm proud of like the way the most of the time like the eyes turn out. So yeah.
We got a new question coming from Ozeus. How long until big YouTuber Ozeus comes on your show? Fuck you, Josh. Josh, if you want to be on my fucking podcast, I'll tell you when you can be on the podcast. So ask a question about this, you cunt. And also, he asked another question. What are your thoughts on Super Mario Odyssey?
I'm hyped.
It looks interesting. I don't have a Switch yet, but
I'm
maybe.
probably going to get a Switch for Christmas or something like that.
Made me fall in love with Pauline.
You know. Well, that's a definite for me.
Yeah.
I want to get it. Like, it looks like a great return to form for like 3D Mario, and I just want to like enjoy like a new Nintendo console again, because I mean, I thought the Wii U was okay, but like as far as Nintendo Switch goes, it fucking blows it right out of the water, really.
Of course, it's like portable.
I actually like completely skipped out on the sixth generation. Like for most of my childhood, I only had like a GBA and a DS for like like the longest time up until I actually got a Wii in 2007. Great memories, actually.
Hey, but we got another question coming from Blue Shades. What's your dick to ball ratio?
What does he
TMI
mean?
much?
Does he like? I don't know what he means by that.
Dick to ball
He
ratio.
means like my own, or like?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'd have to say. Well, I'm black, so you should probably know. You should guess.
I'm not answering this question. It's confidential.
Yeah, me too.
But hey, a new question coming from Sam the Sly. I feel this might have been asked at least once, but what would the plot be if you had your own cartoon?
Plots would range from stupid things like whether to buy condoms or Metopia. I don't know.
We got a question coming from Matt Belk for Ian. What inspired you to create your Peacemake character?
Well, the thing that like this goes back to like last year, really, when I was in the now infamous fucking Project Unite thing that.
Oh, I remember that drama.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I remember it was just like a few people that we all got together like under like this, like this hangout chat, and we just wanted to create like a bunch of comics and like, just with our own like characters. And I'm just like, shit, I don't have anything. So I remember like I fucking did this one weird drawing where like, this was at the time where I was just like, I couldn't draw for shit. I'm just gonna say it right now. I couldn't draw for shit back then. But I just came up with this like little girl kind of character that like, grew up more and more and more. Like obviously as like every single time I draw her, I tweak her and stuff like that. But like in like, instead of like some sort of generic ass kind of like, I don't know, fucking like random shape type of character. I'd rather have like a girl that has like interests that would be like, it would portray like some of my interests and like, combine like a few ideas from like girls I've met in real life. So it'd be that's like how the idea kind of came about. And like, this was even before I had fucking like coloring shit to like work with, and like that like I didn't even plan to make her hair like red back then. But but yeah, like that's like, that's the inspiration that I had, like just from a bunch of peers, and like, like me drawing people's characters and seeing them draw my character, that gives me inspiration to work off of, and that's how like she, like grew up more and more and more as a character.
Shit, you have this big lore to your character. I base my character off of my Minecraft skin. I'm not lying. That's how I created. That's why he's in a dinosaur suit. That's the only reason.
I based my original character, the orange shirt and like the gray cap, out of like an orange shirt I was obsessed with, like when I was younger. And then I just got tired of like 2 years later. I was like, I'm tired of this design. So what else should I do? So I was a big fan of the Outsiders, the book and the movie. So I was like, hey, I like the greaser characters. So redesign my character to look like them.
That's one of the few books and movies that I had to read in like middle school that I actually really enjoyed, because I think we all know by now that like public education can like suck ass through a straw. So like that's one of the few books that like, like in hindsight, like whenever people say they read that book in school, it's just like, what? I actually really enjoyed that. So it's just like, find some common ground,
Next question comes from Gecko, trademarked. What'd you guys think of the Captain Underpants movie? I didn't see it.
I didn't see it yet.
I saw it myself, and I'm kind of in the minority on this. Like, I thought it was good, but I only thought it was, like, okay. Everybody that keeps on saying says, like, oh, wow, it's such an amazing movie. Everybody should go see it, like, right now.
It seems like a fine movie. Just like a fine movie.
It was, like, I just thought it was okay, really. Like, the thing that I mostly thought was the fact that, like, I mean, most of the people that end up like saying like it's like one of the best movies of the year, like one of the best kids movies, is basically like they grew up with reading the books, and I never read the books. I'm just gonna flat out admit saying
You
that.
didn't have
But
a
like,
childhood. You were
I mean,
never
like
a child.
I don't. Okay.
You were never
it,
born.
I don't know. It's just like, I thought it was fine. I enjoyed it for what it was, but like at the same time, like it was one of those movies where it's just I remember I'm gonna see it in the theater, and then like about like a month later, I'm probably gonna forget that I saw it at all. Really.
I want to see it, but like nobody in my family wants to see it.
Me and my friend Andrew. Well, Andrew's a person on the podcast, and also he's a good friend of mine. We talk to each other like in person a lot. Me and him are planning on going to see the Emoji Movie together.
Oh, shoot.
No.
I actually want to go see the Emoji Movie. I'm curious what it has.
It's gonna be awesome, dude. It's gonna be so lit.
I'm like expecting it to be like mediocre at best because it's fucking Sony.
All right, we got another question coming from Deadpan. Is there any cliches or tropes that you actually like when done well?
The fan service character. Whenever it's done well, I like it.
Can this apply to just anything, or is it just animation?
Yeah, I'd say anything.
Anything.
I mean, I guess when like, like the whole Shyamalan plot twist thing is like overdone to death, but like when someone can actually manage that and like actually like build up good suspense and like a good surprise, like I'm down for that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But it hasn't been done well in a very long time, so
I'd say actually for my serious one, I'd say like whenever like a buddy like duo or something, or like two characters that like happen to like maybe fall in love or not, but like whenever that's actually done right and developed, it's actually really good. Like Zootopia, or sort of like, or even kinda in Wonder Woman a little bit actually.
Alright, so next question comes from Gustav Abbott. Have any of you ever heard of the term Mandela effect? If so, what false memory story fascinates you the most? Berenstein Bears.
Of course.
I can't name a specific like Mandela effect story that like would particularly interest like me like from someone else, but like I've had the Mandela effect happen to me, but like I can't remember the specific thing that like happened, but whenever it happens to like me personally, I always find that interesting. Like if it's like a scene from a movie that I somehow remember differently from how it or was like like actually like when I rewatch it.
Wait, yeah, that reminds me of the either it's the mirror on the wall or magic mirror on the wall from isn't it from Snow White? Yeah, I always thought of it as mirror on the wall.
I guess actually, to be honest, I actually always pronounced it Berenstain Bears, yet I always remember it being spelled Berenstain Bears. I always remember it spelled like that. I don't remember people spelling it like Berenstain.
Yeah, I say it like Berenstein, but I always remember it Bein.
Yeah, I always remembered it with IN, never AN.
Next questino, Jiginator at Soup asks, how did each of you get into drawing?
So Captain Underpants, I'd say. I don't know. Since like it inspired me to make comics and stuff, and so I'm like, even though all I did as a kid wasn't even make original comics, all I did was just sort of rip off some things. Like I redrew an entire Captain Underpants comic and stapled it. So I'm like, yeah, this is so cool. And I mean, I made like a Pokemon comic as a kid, yet it was like terribly shittily drawn. I gotta finish that as like as a 16-year-old now. I gotta finish that.
I remember the way that I like originally got into drawing was like as a kid. I mean, like I always like really liked art class, so it would be like my favorite like time of like school, and then like eventually like over the years it just got like the most like like one of my least favorite courses in school actually, because it just got like so like boring and like restrictive with how like people would be able to like do art. But like when I guess like late grade school and middle school came around, I'd be like, just draw like random dumb shit like that I'd like rip off and base off of like flash videos I'd see like on the internet, like fucking like the Demented cartoon movie or the Laser Collection. And then but like I actually quit drawing for a bit up until about like last year, and like I would like draw on and off for like like the majority of high school. So but yeah, I'm doing better with that now, and I want to like pursue drawing more, obviously.
I guess for me, I just kind of like I just liked animation as a kid. I was like, hey, I want to do that. I want to be just like that Gendy Tornikoski guy.
Just like Shigeru Miyamoto. I mean, Toei Animation.
I want to be like that guy that makes the Powerpuff Girls. What's that guy's name?
The guy that draws the Powerpuff Girls.
Alright, so next question comes from Tim the Wizard. What are your favorite conspiracy theories?
None of them.
I'd like to say every single theory every single theory that has been proven true by Matt Pat himself, the guy who made Smash Brothers, Sakurai himself. Definitely, that's what inspired Master Hand. That's what inspired him. That's the only reason Master Hand exists. Matt Pat proved it.
Matt Pat, dude. He gave the Pope Undertale.
Yeah, the Pope Undertale. I understand what he's trying to do, but the Pope can't even play video games. He can't have any sort of media.
No, I like the conspiracy theories that has to do with like the Illuminati. It's like, bro, is Jay-Z the Illuminati?
All the that people that think some music groups have like some sort of underground like bunker or something.
All right, dude, did Family Guy predict 9/11? Did The Simpsons predict 9/11?
Did The Simpsons predict Donald Trump?
We got a next question coming from my friend Noah. My name is Noah. He says, "As SnoopCast, am I epic?" You are. Yes, you are.
I'd say
I don't know,
maybe.
you.
I mean, he has that Mario icon, I see.
His old account got locked. His old account was called Gamer Till Death, and his old icon was same Mario but smoking a blunt.
Oh yeah, I know that image.
Oh, that old classic.
But all right, we got a next question. We got a new question coming from Ilmaster D. What's your favorite and least favorite adult cartoons?
Oh, can Simpsons count? Because that would probably be my favorite.
Yeah, I guess.
I have season 1 on DVD just because I found it on like at Best Buy like for $15, and I was like, "Whoa, bro, this is really cheap," so I just got it.
I have to say F is for family probably, and like for least favorite, I have to say probably stupid shows like 12 Ounce Mouse. It's like Adult Swim weird shows.
Okay, you're not gonna like my answer for least favorite Adult Swim show. My least favorite is like at least modern like adult cartoon is probably Rick and Morty. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, it's Rick and Morty for me at first was boring.
It's more of an acquired kind of taste. With Rick
It's
and
just
Morty.
the fact that like I always see like those rabid fans of the show like overly praising it and stuff like that, and like saying it's like the best adult cartoon in ages, and I'm just like, no, it's not.
It's alright.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. That's all I'll say.
I don't like it at all.
It's just your silly personal opinion.
I know one of these answers are obvious because I did a video on this last week. Moral Oral, one of my favorite TV like adult shows of all time, along with shows like Rick and Morty. What else? What else? I guess I do like a bit of South Park. I guess, yeah, South Park. Kind of old Family Guy, stuff like that. But my favorite would definitely have to be More Oral.
What about your least favorite?
Probably Mr. Pickles. Honestly, I don't like Mr. Pickles because it's just so try-hard. It just tries too hard to be like edgy and offensive. Yeah, but next question.
Zach's is, what do you think is the best Looney Tunes incarnation / reboot?
Looney Tunes show.
Actually, I'd have to say Wabbit.
So I'd choose either like I guess, like, if we're talking TV shows, I'd choose either Tiny Toons or, Duck Dodgers, maybe? Duck Dodgers is actually underrated.
I know a lot of people that don't like Duck Dodgers. I really like Duck Dodgers, though.
I like it. It's underrated.
Thought it was alright.
Alright, next question.
Question for everyone. Who is your favorite cartoon character?
That's a bit broad, don't you think?
Well, I don't
Shoot, I have to say, like, what kind? Are we talking about, like waifu material, or, like, are we talking, like, best?
Just cartoons. I don't know.
I guess if we're talking wifey, everybody fucking knows this, but Sadness from Inside Out.
God damn it.
she's best. I guess general, I'd have to say, Q Neutron.
In general, for me, would be like one of my favorites would have to probably be like something from like Space Ghost Coast to Coast, like someone like Zorak or Brack for how friggin' ridiculous and stupid they act. I love those characters like so much. Like they're so funny. Like I don't know what it is. It's like the combination between the voices and the writing and stuff. It's just like so well done. Like those characters are so well written. I love them.
I haven't even seen like Space Ghost Coast to Coast yet. I remember seeing them on Cartoon Planet, and I thought they were pretty funny.
If you thought Cartoon Planet was funny, Space Ghost Coast to Coast is like 1,000 times funnier.
Mine would probably be Bulby from Jimmy Neutron.
Alright, Airhead, aka Slorps, asks, what's your least favorite cartoon trope?
When the media portrays the main character as an asshole.
I have to say, like, it's a tie on two. Basically, like, the love trope, where two characters, like, are, like, buddy and crime duo, and when it's done awfully, it's just painful to watch. Or, for me, the other one would be whenever people give the message of, like, technology is evil.
One of my least favorite that actually came up in recent years, maybe I'm reading a little too deep into it, but, one of, like, my least favorite tropes now is basically when, like, a huge villain just, you know, like, in the show does something, like, extremely terrible, and then the message is to, like, hey, we should spare him and teach him, like, all the wrongdoings he's done and lock him up forever in prison. It's just like, you know what? I don't know what it is, but, like, I feel like, you know, it'd be more mature in this day and age to actually kill the villain. I don't know. Like, this is in mostly, like, children's media, I guess. I don't know. Okay, another question would be, like, from Freeze Park, since he turned 27 or whatever, what's your favorite TV cartoon about Sonic?
Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
I would legit have to say Adventures, because that's, like, not only is it the only one I've seen, but it's, like, whenever I saw it as a kid, it was actually alright. I liked it. Especially the fact that the Adventures of Sonic also gave him the Jaleel White voice. Yeah.
I love Jaleel White.
And it gave him the classic chili dog. Yeah, chili dog.
That's no good.
It's no good. Gotta get the chili dog.
I just remember, speaking of that, I just remember this YouTube poop of, like, Sonic Says, and, like, the beginning of it was just Sonic just runs up to you saying, kids, you are gay. Guys, you want to watch this video together? 3, 2, 1.
Kids, you are gay. You want to touch your parents. There's nothing more cool than comfort. You gotta touch your teacher in a way that makes your teacher comfortable.
Oh.
If someone tries to touch your police officer, kids, smoking is cool. You gotta smoke. Then, what do? Don't be a fool. You gotta fuck your parents, your teacher, or someone you don't like.
Someone you don't like.
How old is that?
Like a couple years old. I remember seeing it like 2009.
Man, golden age.
Alright, you got another question?
Stavon Flawless Blooper asks, what's your favorite album of all time? Like, music album?
Probably, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy for Kanye West. That's a good album.
I mean, like, knowing my fucking metalhead, like, tastes in music, I'd have to say, like, Defenders of the Faith, even though the last 3 songs on that album are eh.
can't even like really say anything about this because I don't. I kind of the way I listen to music is I listen to mashups with video game soundtracks and like any other song to it. I just listen to those songs mashed up together. I
I
have to
like to
say,
listen to Kendrick Lamar mashups. Those are good.
I have to say, if I were to pick a mashup album, I'd have to say Super Mash Brothers, just mashing up things together with like Smash Brothers stuff.
Well, this was like the tweet from like a few days ago, but like that you posted actually, Bruce. But like Frank Vasquez, Flaming Jets asks favorite superhero movies.
Probably Iron Man for me.
I wish I saw Captain Underpants now so I could say that.
My favorite would be the original Tim Burton's 1989 Batman movie. Either that or Mask of the Phantasm, both fantastic movies for me.
Alright, next question comes from Raver, or the J Vortex. Where's my burrito? Where's my burrito? Where's my burrito?
Up your ass, Jay.
Next question comes from H. Didis. I'm sorry. I keep
Poditis,
butchering your
as
name.
I say.
Didis. I keep
Poditis.
butchering your name. I'm sorry.
That's the right way. She's gonna tell me that's not the right way, but it's the right way.
What are the origins of your online usernames? Brucesnoop, Scribbles Powers, etc.
Mine came from Scribblenauts.
I can see that happening now.
Yeah, I played that like mainly on like the PC and stuff, and I'm like, this killer cycle name that I had before is stupid. How about I make a new name like, oh wait, I like Scribblenauts and he has power. Scribbles power. That makes sense.
I'm sorry for laughing, but I just came back to my phone and I just go back to the gif of
Wait, what?
There's a gif of Piccolo from Dragon Ball fucking Vegeta.
Oh! Why is that in so many videos?
No, it's a gif. Go over to the NSFW thing in the SnoopCast thing, and there it is.
Oh! God damn it.
Can I tell you a story about this gif? Can I tell you a thing about this gif? So I was scrolling through yesterday I was scrolling through my phone in the theater while watching Cars 3 because there was nobody in the theater, and I was like, who cares? And and so my friend Skelly Gore, he decided to share this gif on my timeline, and I was just laughing my ass off. Like throughout the movie, because it was like halfway through the movie, I was just surfing through my phone, because like around the middle of the movie, like when I went to the Hollywood Studios actually, like they had a preview of Cars 3, and it was like mostly like a lot of the middle half of the movie, so I was just looking through my phone around that time because it's like I already saw this like scene at Hollywood Studios, like who cares? And so I just kept thinking about that fucking scene. I was just giggling my ass off at the gif of Piccolo fucking
God.
such a good gif.
Like, I have a few other usernames that are, like, kind of retarded now in hindsight, but, like, fucking, like, Bill is Waiting, like, I was a Gravity Falls fantard from around that time, and then I have, like I said before, I'm huge into, like, Judas Priest, so I just, like, named, like, my other, like, username, like, after a song that they did, so I'm just like, yeah, might as well, like, just have that for a while, and, yeah, but then I switched it over to ENTA art, because, I wanted to, like, just keep consistency on what I do with my my account.
Alright, the origin of my name. My aunt, she had an email, I'm not gonna say her name, but her, like, thing was, blank Snoop 58, and I just was really interested, so I just said it, like, I don't remember the exact date. It was Thanksgiving 2008. I was in New York, and I just got done we got done watching the parade that they had, and I was at my grandma's house, and I asked my mom, hey mom, can I make my own email? And she was like, sure. And this was in 2008, so I decided to just name myself to Brucesnoop 58, and then Brucesnoop58, and then when I just it's Brucesnoop58@hotmail.com. I don't even use that email anymore. I think I forgot the password, and And when I decided to make a YouTube channel in 2010, I thought it was like, hey, I like this Brucesnoop thing, so I'll just start like use that name. Waltman13. I'm not sure if you guys listen to Metallica or not, but what is your favorite song from them?
One of my favorites would have to be "Creeping Death" from Ride the Lightning. One of my all-time favorite songs. Either that or either that or anything from like Kill 'Em All, because like that album is like basically perfect. Like there's not a bad song on it.
I've been meaning to listen to Metallica. It's like one of the artists I've been meaning to listen to. Hey, but we got a question. Speaking of music, we got a question here from Nathan. Have any favorite musicians?
Oh god.
My favorite musicians. Some of them will have to be Childish Gambino. I guess to an extent, ironically, XXX Tentacion. I also like, ironically, Lil Pump. He's pretty good. J. Cole's pretty good also. I like to listen to a lot of rap.
Okay, standalone musicians, I guess, instead of bands would be like Michael Jackson, Prince, and I mean, I guess as far as like YouTubers go, like even though I haven't watched them in a long time, I do enjoy like a little bit of Smooth McGroove with like the way he does like all those video game like acapellas.
I guess I can answer this in two ways. I'll answer it like as okay, an actual musician. I'd have to say like Kendrick Lamar probably. I'd have to say on his own, and then for like I guess mashup artists, I'd have to say Gemboy. Some guy called I Am Gemboy. He's cool.
Next question comes from Decalf Agnaro. Does Pieces pussy for Ian? Does Pieces pussy ever get wet?
Oh god.
Peace.
This pieces pussy.
Damn it! Why did you ask that?
Well, I mean, whenever she gets in the shower, or maybe whenever she goes to a swimming pool, maybe.
Yes, that's my answer. There.
Maybe whenever.
Perfect. New question coming from David. What animated show would you want to start airing again? Not a new series of it, just reruns of the originals. I would definitely have to go with Harvey Birdman.
Either Chowder or Billy and Mandy, or even even Mad maybe, because those episodes I think are hard to find.
Well, now if I have to say, with a lot of mid-2000s like Cartoon Network shows in general, actually, you know how they were actually produced in widescreen, but like were like, you know, since of like the limitations of the time, they were only shown in like the standard 4:3 definition.
It's kind of like how Flash, like when you look at like old Flash animations that were rendered back in 2004. Like they're just like really like compressed and really shitty, but like on Newgrounds when like most of them were like uploaded with just like the Flash file, like there's like really like high quality.
Yeah, stuff. Well, kind of same idea goes for this, because like shows like I think, you know, like Camp Lazlo, Teen Titans, and Chowder, like shows like that, like if they could re-air the high definition widescreen like tapes of those cartoons, I'd be pretty happy with them airing that again, but they're probably not gonna for a while because it's fucking Cartoon Network. And then, hey guys, let's air the three same shows like in a row, like all day every day. It's like, yeah, that's not gonna be like a shitty schedule at all. But yeah, those, if I have to choose like those three shows, or like, you know, any show really from Cartoon Network's middle age, I'd be okay with it, except my gym partner's a monkey. I'm sorry, Zach.
Alright, next question comes from Tristan Satrevilla. First experience with video games.
Okay, so I'd have to say, I had a V-Smile when I was a kid. I had a V-Smile, one of those plug-and-play SpongeBob things.
Oh, that's classic. I remember seeing them at Walmart a lot.
I'd have to say like either one of those, or like the original Xbox playing like one game called Def Jam Fight for New York, and as well as playing Simpsons Road Rage and Fusion Frenzy and Dragon Ball Z sagas.
My first introduction to like a lot of video games would be like obviously like, you know, educational shit, but like on PC. But like one of my first kind of like true experiences with video games that would be like, you know, like outside of educational stuff would be actually the original 1983 Mario Bros. Arcade game that used to be in like my doctor's waiting room. Would be like, you know, you'd insert a quarter and you'd play like the original Mario Bros. Where you like throw the turtles into the water. Yeah. And like a few others would be like, I actually got a GBA when I was like only 4 years old, and I used to play like GBA games like, I don't know, fucking Lion King 1.5, and what else would be like, I guess like SpongeBob, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, and Battle for Bikini Bottom, because again, like I only had a GBA at the time. I never played the GameCube or PlayStation versions of those games, especially Battle for Bikini Bottom. I heard I missed out on that version.
I think my first experience with video games, my mom had a Nintendo 64, and one time when I had this, like, in, like, preschool, I had this thing where it was, like, I had this, like, little buddy bear thing, and it was, like, what I'm supposed to do was, like, hang out with him or whatever and document it, like, on, like, a scrapbook or something, and so, like, we just played Nintendo 64 on it. Alright, we got another question from Cyber Soul Gem. Does Glenn Walker is racist?
What?
Do you think he's racist?
I don't know, probably not.
Maybe Glenn Walker is a racist. I mean, maybe Glenn
He's
Walker
a black
is.
man, dude.
Oh shit! Then he can't be racist. Never mind.
It reminds me of those like arguments to say like reverse racism doesn't exist.
Reverse racism doesn't. We can't be racist. That's impossible.
Tariq Nasheed, anybody?
Oh god. From Spike, what's inspiration for you doing YouTube or art? I guess YouTube for me. I guess I saw a lot of people doing it, and I was like, I want to do this too. I want to be really cool. So yeah.
Actually, I used to have YouTube with me. At 2009 and 10, I like did YouTube videos with like my brother and stuff, and we did stupid SpongeBob voiceovers, and they're still on YouTube actually. They're under the name Cool Guy 3348. They're just SpongeBob dubs. We muted the volume and stuff like usual, and just improvised.
You know what I just remembered about a couple days ago? Chinese SpongeBob, that animation.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh
Good
yeah,
morning, tanks.
oh yeah. I remember as a kid watching that, and I didn't understand anything.
I didn't understand how like China is just filled with like communism and shit. I was just like, I just thought it was racist, and I was like, how dumb was I? Next one from Master AS. Best adult animated movies.
You have the lovely selection of the Simpsons movie, Sausage Party, and the South Park movie.
I like the Cowboy Bebop movie a lot.
I think my favorite adult animated movie, it has to be Team America.
Maybe the Simpsons movie.
If it comes to like a cartoon, I definitely have to say Simpsons movie also.
Alright, I think that's the end of questions, but I have one thing to talk about, and I didn't talk about earlier. So I said earlier that I watched both Cars 3 and Transformers 5. I talked about Transformers 5, so it's time to talk about Cars 3. Oh boy, Cars 3 is just, I'm just gonna surprise everyone saying it's boring. It's so fucking boring, dude. Like the character interactions, it's just even like they try to pull off this like emotional value to it, but it just feels so forced. It doesn't feel human at all. Like honestly, I prefer Cars 2 more than this, because like at least with Cars 2 it's like there's something going on, but with Cars 3 it's just like, oh man, this the girl car, she wants to be a racer, and Lightning McQueen is gonna help her become a racer. Wow, so it's so inspiring and cool, guys. We're just really cool and edgy, bro.
Who's Lightning McQueen?
How inspirational can you get?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm probably not gonna end up seeing it. I didn't see like the second movie in theaters. I do remember seeing the first movie in theaters though, and then like as a dumbass kid again, it would be like that. I just walked out of it saying, "Oh, that was all right," and then like later on, I'm just like revisiting it. I'm just like, man, this movie kind of sucked.
It's just this is kind of boring, but it has some sort of like good elements to it, but it's just mainly very boring.
I've seen some people that have liked it on Twitter already, but
Yeah,
no.
I've seen people that like Cars 3. I haven't seen it yet, but I don't want to see it because it's Cars 3. It's Cars
It
3.
didn't need to happen. Just please let it go away. Please die.
Like honestly, I think I found I like Transformers 5 more than I like Cars 3. I guess it's just because like the pure irony that's like in my entire mind right now. Cause it's like most of Transformers 5 were just nothing but stereotypes. It was stereotypes and Marky Mark yelling at a girl that he's gonna fall in love with later. I miss Shia LaBeouf.
Maybe they should do a crossover with Cars and Transformers, because, I mean, they both can be cars.
Fast and Furious. Surprisingly enough, Mater didn't like appear much, and I thought he would appear in a lot of it, but he only appeared in like a couple scenes.
They probably heard the backlash about like Cars 2 and like the character in general.
Probably heard from the fucking Enterbots. It's just like, you know what, we don't want any fucking complaints right now, so just fucking fuck off. I guess that's one aspect of it that I liked. Not much Mater, but other than that, it's kind of bland.
Hey, like, I mean, like, you know, this year in general for Pixar seems like really boring. Like, Cars 3 and, like, I know Coco hasn't gripped too many people as of yet.
Coco's gonna be shit. I just know that.
Coco is, like, it doesn't look good. I had, like, a lot more, like, promising thoughts for it, like, before I saw the trailer. I'm just like...
I'm not liking what Coco looks like right now. It just looks like a rip-off Book of Life.
It's boring looking. It's, like, you know, like, watered down looking Book of Life, really. And, like, you know, it was proven to be, like, a rip-off, too. Like, you know, because the guy that pitched it to like that pitched Book of Life, I think he pitched it to Pixar first.
Wait, Del Toro?
I think I may be wrong, but like I heard that it was confirmed that it was like a rip-off because like he went to Pixar first, they declined it, and now it's just like with Book of Life going like, what was the studio that did Book of Life again actually?
Real FX.
Okay, and going there, and then like Coco still being at Pixar, you know, it's just like, this is no coincidence. I think it's just like they made a rip-off movie. Hopefully next year for Pixar can be better. We're finally gonna get Incredibles 2. And like we originally had to wait like until 2019 for that movie, but everybody realized that like, hey, nobody really wants Toy Story 4, so let's bump Incredibles 2 in that place.
Yes, yeah. Dude, that's gonna be so lit. I can't wait.
I've been waiting like since like Incredibles first came out, man. I've been waiting since like 2004, man. This is like a big part for me.
Oh yeah, Toy Story 4 is gonna be 2019. I'm not expecting anything from that. It's gonna be dumb.
I mean, they don't have many details on the movie from what I know, so...
All they have is just a prequel love story between Woody and Bo Peep, and already that sounds kind of bland and boring.
No, you're kidding.
It's real. It's gonna be a love story between Woody and Bo Peep, and it's gonna be a prequel. It's confirmed, I believe.
Oh, well, didn't they already have the first movie imply hints with that? Why do they need like an entire movie? I don't get that.
You know what would have been interesting if they had the movie where Buzz Lightyear has a defect and they send him to Japan. I would have wanted that movie.
With that whole like plot element about like Andy's dad and stuff like that, that would have made a better prequel movie, you know? Like just...
Oh yeah!
You know, like...
Make a prequel
that
movie.
That entire idea, like, based around, like, Andy's dad and, like, how, like, you know, the toy company or whatever for that made Woody was got, ran out of business or something like that when Sputnik happened. And like seeing like all that happen, and then like, the ideas based off of that would have been perfect, but I guess not.
Lasseter needs money. That's all he cares about now. And I'm sorry, Lasseter, you're a very talented man, but
I mean, like,
what happened to Pixar?
I mean, like, the thing is that like he's running with like all the production with like Disney animated movies now and not just Pixar. So I mean, like, good for them for like making Disney like have successful animated movies again, but Pixar is just kind of rotting there.
Yeah, I liked Moana. Moana was a good movie, and I was thinking it's like this feels more like a Pixar movie, honestly.
Moana and Zootopia both feel like Pixar movies to me somehow.
Wreck-It Ralph felt like a Pixar movie.
Oh yeah,
and ironically enough, Brave felt like just like a Disney movie.
Brave was boring, man. I didn't like Brave.
It was bland. It was boring, dude. It was nothing.
For a character with red hair, you'd think it'd get a little bit more excitement out of me, but no.
Is that the end of the podcast? Thanks everyone for listening to the podcast. Thanks to Ian and Jay for being on
Pleasure to be on here, actually.
Like I said, I was glad to be here. Okay, hello, I'm Jay. Scribbles Power.
Hey, I'm Ian. I do stuff on Twitter, and that's it.
And I'm Brucesnoop. Thanks everyone for listening to the podcast. We'll see you next time.